Wow, 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 wow. Those of us who grew up on WWF in the 1990s will remember a phrase, anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation. And it's just as true today in 2024 in WWE. Lilian Garcia made her triumphant return to WWE Raw last night, and it's been announced that Lilian is a new full-time ring announcer once again for WWE. I was smiling from ear to ear when I turned on my phone this morning and my DMs and my Instagram lit up. And why do they light up? Well, because only a few days ago, Lilian was my guest here on the show, Wrestling Life. We spent over an hour talking about Lilian's incredible run that she had in WWE, reflecting back on her 25 years with WWE since her debut, talking about all of the ups and downs, the incredible moments, all the memories that she had in that company, and also talking about why she left and her, some of her reflections about her time there. And, it's been funny because in the days since that interview, all I've received are the most beautiful glowing of comments from her fans, saying how much they miss her, saying how much she deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, saying how much of a joy she is to watch on TV, and how she was the voice of a generation of fans. So to see Lilian back now and to have a whole new generation get to enjoy her, plus obviously us guys who were there during the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era, it's just so special. And it's particularly special for me because I've had the real privilege, I feel, of kind of getting to know Lilian over the last year. I've gone from being someone who watched her on TV in the late 90s and early 2000s to speaking with her quite a few times now over the last year. Lilian was first a guest on my other podcast, Good Journeys, last year, where we talked about some really deep stuff away from the world of wrestling. We talked about the loss of Lilian's parents not long after I'd lost my father. We talked about faith, finding yourself, finding joy in your life, and journeys of self-discovery. That led to Lilian and I speaking quite often, and recently Lilian coming back just last week and being my guest on Wrestling Life. And, in that episode, which has only just gone out just before this incredible news became public, Lilian was reflecting back on her WWE debut all the way in 1999, shared fantastic, hilarious stories about what she had to do in her audition to get the gig, talked about how she should have got a Guinness World Book of World Records for how many times she sung the US national anthem to stacked auditoriums of people and arenas across the US. Talked about making history at WrestleMania. Talked about getting physical in the ring multiple times. Sharing memories of, we almost got to what really happened with Triple H. I asked her. We didn't quite get there, but I'm going to keep trying. But we had a wonderful conversation. And one of the things we talked about in that conversation was Samantha Irvin and what an amazing job Samantha has done for kind of carrying the baton and being, the next powerful female voice in WWE. And obviously the news of Lilian getting the gig is also tinged with some sadness, as we were all shocked yesterday to hear the news that Samantha Irvin is leaving WWE. But Samantha has just been such an incredible force in that company. She's just really elevated the game. She's been amazing. I saw firsthand how incredible she was when I was at WrestleMania earlier this year. Her ability to bring the crowd up, the emotion she conveys. None of us will forget that incredible kind of celebration when Cody Rhodes won the world title, and her the emotion being caught in her voice. It's just incredible. It's whatever comes next for Samantha, I'm sure is going to be very, very big things indeed. She is so talented, and on behalf of all of us fans that have loved her work, thank you for Samantha for all of the great memories and everything you've done. But Lilian, I just want to say personal how overjoyed and proud I am of this news, how excited I am, and how all of the fans around the world are going to love seeing you back in the ring again. I just encourage everyone to check out the interview if you haven't already with Lilian. I'll drop the notes in the show notes below. We covered everything, and I think if this is your introduction to Lilian and you're brand new to her fantastic announcing, then that is the interview for you. This is Ben Veal, Wrestling Life, Real Talk from Real Talent. See you soon.